Hey guys, it's Ty again. I hope you guys are doing all well today and hope you guys enjoy the snow over the weekend. So the university will be closed tomorrow, so we won't be meeting on Zoom. Also on January the 27th. So we'll go over this problem and then I will change up the number a little bit and you guys can work on the actual problem by yourself and turn it in by Thursday. Okay. So I will change number here. Let's do 8. Let's do 16 and 4. Okay, so to be able to solve this problem, you need to know the force of gravity equation, which Dr. Yitzhak has shown us in the lecture last time. So it's F of gravity equals G. G is the gravitational constant. You don't need to know it, but it is 6.674 times 10 to the negative 11 Newton meter squared over kilogram squared. I don't think Dr. Yitzhak wants you guys to know about this constant. If he wants, he will let you guys know and go in more detail about it. But keep in mind that this can change into like depending on how you use the units. If you use pound, it will be different, or use centimeters, it will be a little different. But this is just the standard one for the SI unit. And then this times mass 1, mass 2. So M is usually known for mass. So M1 is mass of object 1, M2 is mass of object 2, over D is distance squared. This is the equation for the problem. So now you need to pay attention on the multiplication. So M is multiplied by 8, M2 is multiplied by 16, and D is multiplied by 4. What it means is 8 times M1, and then 16 times M2, and D 4 times D. So in science, we can write it into shorthand term. So we do G times 8 M1. When you write it like this, we know that M1 is multiplied by 8. You don't have to put like a multiplication sign on it. So 16 M2, and then over 4D squared. So since 4D is the new D right now, so you will put it into parentheses and square it up. If you want me to go into more detail about the algebra manipulation in this problem, you can message me, but I'm not going to go into too much detail on this problem. And then right now I would want to move the numerical stuff over on one side, and then the letters on one side. So I would do like this. When you move it together, since they are multiplying, so you can multiply them. So 8 multiplied by 16. I'll do it. I won't skip any steps on this. And then G, M1, M2. Because this is a multiplication, the order you do it doesn't matter. Just like how you, when in addition problem, you don't care too much about the order, but subtraction, division, order really matters. Okay. And then 4D. So 4D is basically 4D times 40 squared. So 4 times 4 is 16, right? And then D times D is D squared, right? Just basic algebra. So we got 16D squared. Then it would be 8 times 16 is 128 over G M1 M2 over 16D squared. At this point, for this type of problem, you don't really need to care too much about this letter part because they don't have a value to that. You can write it without. Like you can also write it as 128 over 16 and solve for it. So you would get 128 over 16 is about 8, right? 8, and your the factor that the equation will be multiplied by is 8. So if you put it into the equation, it would be 8g m1 m2 over d squared. That's your new equation. And some of you might have like be a little quicker like into looking at the problem. You can see 16 and 16 right here. You can reduce it, and then you would get 8g m1 m2 d squared. Again, this is at your own pace. You don't have to do like quick steps on it, but the more you practice on it, the more you get better at it. But the answer for this problem is 8. Multiplication factor is 8, and then when you plug it into the equation, it's this one. So yeah, I hope it helps. If you still have any question, just message me. I'm sorry, this is my first time doing like a video like this, so I tend to not make things very clear. So forgive me, I did it badly, and send me a message if you need me.